Anyway, the A string always gets the most abuse. And because it's the string we use all the time, because it's the middle of the range of the fiddle. All notes go up and down from the A string. See that? And that's why the back of the fiddle, the entire back of the fiddle is tuned to an A. Because that's really the fundamental note of the violin. So that's why your A string is always the first to go. And the last time I got a set of strings, I thought, my God, this is brilliant. They finally figured it out. Because I opened up the set of strings and there was 2 A strings in there. Okay, so that's what I would do if I were you. Get an A string.
Okay.
The D hardly is very rare that the D and the G go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Good luck. So you can try to get her working there while we're
Yeah,
see what you can do.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. How's everybody else? Did anybody else break a string? No? That's good. Thank God. Jeez, I hate that. That happened to Heather one of the very, very first nights. Well, I think it was like the second night that she was doing fiddle class, and she was trying to tune her string, and it broke right here on the camera. Like while we were doing class, and I was saying, like, I felt like I was watching somebody get beat up, but couldn't do anything about it, you know? It's like very helpless. The poor Heather.
I still haven't found it.
Really?
I've swept into the corners.
Yeah.
It's got to be behind the fridge.
It's just gone. It's just like vacated.
Send your cat over here to find it.
Yeah. Cats will always find fiddle strings. It's true. It's their favorite thing in the world besides bow hair. All right, so how's the fiddling going there, everybody? Anybody have any revelations or anything like that this week about playing they want to tell me about or ask me about?
Hey, my thing says, please ask the host to give you permission to record.
Yeah, I can give you permission to record. There you go.
Okay.
So that's just in case if you want to make, all you guys can do this, like, if you ever want to make your own recordings during the class, I know that I post the class in its entirety on YouTube, but if there was specific things you wanted to take out and have on your own computer, you can do that. All you got to do is ask me, and then I push this little button on your screen that says allow to record, and then you guys on your end, you hit the record button for whatever it is you want to record, and then that saves down to your computer, and it's yours forever, okay? So if there's anything that you need like that, just let me know, and I can let you hit the record button. All right? Anybody else have any? How are you doing with all the music you have to learn for the class, Catherine? Oh, you're muted.
I'm only working on the stuff for which there are YouTube videos. So you sent quite a few pieces. There were no videos for us. So I thought, okay, I'll wait.
What did I miss? What videos did I miss?
The Carrie.
There is a video of the Carrie on there somewhere.
Okay. What else? John Ryans, John Allen. Oh, there is a Carrie. The Kesh Kid.
That should be on there
The
too.
Carrie had none. John Ryans had none. John Allen's had none.
I'm sure I made videos of all that stuff, but you know what I can do is, why don't you send me a list of the ones you can't find, and I'll send you direct links to them.
Awesome.
Because I was looking the other day, there are like 135 videos on that YouTube channel, so that's a lot. So I'm sure I can remember recording those videos, so I'm sure they're there. But I have to sift through them anyway because I need to organize the videos for people, so it's a little easier to find things. So send me the tunes, and I'll send you the links. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Anybody else have anything they want to share or ask? Righty-o. Shall we get grinding away? All right. Now, today was very rainy, and it has not been rainy in Ontario anyway. So you might want to take a look at your bow. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but the bow is very susceptible to humidity and moisture levels in the air because it's a very thin stick of wood with hardly any varnish on it. And so when it gets humid, water rushes into the bow, it makes the whole thing bigger, which means that it gets tighter on you without you realizing it. So I've seen it mostly at outdoor festivals and teaching weekends that are, you know, next to a lake or you know, rainy days or whatever. As you can take your bow out, tighten it to the right playing tightness, be playing away, look down 10, 15 minutes later and it's gotten tighter on you. All right? So you want to kind of keep your eye on that when it suddenly becomes humid, which it did here in Toronto. Today was very humid. And I had 2 students today that I was teaching that I noticed their bow was way too tight. All right. Anyway, shall we get warmed up? Ooh, I got out of tune too. Look at that. Yeah, I've gone sharp. Means my fiddle's also gotten bigger. Now I'm in tune. Now tonight, just because I'm thinking about intonation and I'm thinking about how your fiddle might have changed and you're trying to get her in tune and stuff, and what I'd like to do is I want to start off playing a long down bow on each string starting on the G string. Okay? So a long down bow followed by a long up bow. And what we're going to do here, and then we're going to switch strings and do the next one. Long down bow, long up bow. Switch strings, do the next one. Get to the E, nice E string. Back we go to the A and the D and the G. Now, here's your goal, guys. Here's your goal. You want to go from one end of the bow to the other with no bounces, scrapes, slides, touching other strings, crunches, unpleasantness. That's your goal, okay? You want to finish that down bow, start the up bow clean, stop the bow clean, move to the next string, do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate. See how I did all that? Nice and clean, no weird noises. Moving the bow before I bow the bow. See that? Make sure I'm on the right string and nothing's in the way. Okay? So let's get, and while you're doing it, listen to the sound of those open strings so you can train your ear even more what they should sound like when they're in tune. So let's put their bow on the G string and we're going to do it down. Ready? And down. D. A. E. A. D. G. All right. Now I gotta tell you, I wasn't perfect. When I went from the E to the A, I, for some reason, lifted my bow off the string a tiny bit. And then when I started again, I had a little sound. Did anybody notice that? It was a little kind of crashing sound just before my A string got started. And also, I touched the D string. So I didn't do very well at all. How did you guys do? Pretty good? Yeah? Are you noticing what all the possible pitfalls as you go along the bow? That's the kind of the main thing of this exercise and the changing strings. Let's do it again. I'm going to try to do better this time. Ready? And... right. How did we do? I did great, by the way. I had none of those issues I had before. It was all nice and clean, no problems. How did everybody else do? Does anybody want to give me some feedback on how you're doing with going from one end of the bow to the other nicely?
I will. Pretty good, but a little bouncy on the E string.
Do you find
So
it?
than the others, more so than the other ones.
Yes. Now the reason that is because the E string is tighter than all the other strings put together. It pushes back on your bow more than any other string. Okay. And remember that every time you go to bow the string, try to feel that string pushing back. It really helps with the bounce. All right. And remember, you just got to kind of like scoot the bow. That's how you get out of a bounce. Just got to get the hell out of there. Put the gas pedal on. Okay. All right. Is that going to help? Good. Now Heather, she's saying heck of a time tuning, maybe the humidity. Absolutely yes. It's probably really humid up in Perry Sound right now. So just remember to start on the A. That's the big important thing. If you start on another string, it puts the fiddle kind of at a whack when you're trying to get it in tune. So A first, then D, then G, then E. Okay? Let's see if you can get that fiddle in tune. Does anybody else want to give me some feedback about your bow? Yes, how did you do there?
Pretty good on the down bow. I find on the up bow, on the A, I have a tendency to hit the D.
Okay, so that means that your elbow is coming into the game a little bit. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're on the A string, make sure that elbow is kind of like not tight and not up. Now, usually if you're hitting the D, it's because it's up. Okay, so maybe
Right, yeah,
relax it
yeah.
a little bit. Maybe you just have to relax it a little bit. And remember that when you're on the A, see the problem is the A and the D share the same plane of motion, eh? They're very close. So this is your rudder, you know? If you're touching the D, just kind of go like this a little bit, get off of it. See what I mean? If you're touching the E, then you let it off like this. Okay? And we'll do it once more. Does anybody else want to give me feedback about their bowing? No? We're good. Let's try. Yes.
Violin is completely out of tune. I
Is
don't
it?
know if it's the humidity, but I can't tune it.
Play
So
the A string for me.
Yeah, the A I did, I think.
Okay. Now that one just needs, say, I think about half a turn up.
On the little ones, but I'm already
Yes.
at the end of the little ones.
Oh, okay. Do this trick then. Put your finger behind the nut on the D string and poke it a little bit. Just a very gentle little bit.
On this one.
Yep. No. Wait.
No.
Put your finger on the D string
Yeah.
like this. Okay?
Yeah.
And just poke it a little bit. Give it a little nudge. Did that help?
Maybe.
Let's see. It's helped a little bit. You might have to nudge your peg. Just see if you can nudge it just the tiniest bit.
Okay.
Now before you do that, let me hear your G.
Yeah, that's totally off, and I can't turn the nut.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's really flat.
Before, I always use these little ones to tune.
Yes.
Now they're all at the end of the rope.
They're
basically.
all at the end.
Yes.
Okay, here's what you
Sorry.
got to do. No, this is a good opportunity for everybody. So does everybody have fine tuners, by the way? Does everybody have those on their bridge there? For the most part? Yes. Okay. So what happened to Katya here, it happens all the time, which is where you get to the bottom of your fine tuners from tuning, right? And now you need to refresh them. So what you do is this. First of all, you loosen them all. Now, I am a guy, if one of my fine tuners is at the bottom, I just automatically just loosen them all.
Oh.
Because, they're always getting at the bottom. It's a pain, So if I'm going to do this move I'm about to show you, then I just do it to all of them all at once. Okay? So you loosen those fine tuners, all of them, not all the way out. You got to be careful because there's a tapered end. So if you go too far, they'll fall out, right? So you got to do it, you just go all the way out almost, and then you go up to your peg. And I always put her in fiddlemaker hold right here between my knees, right? You put the cutaways in between your knees to hold it nice and steady, and then you crank your pegs up, okay? Then you see, and when you're finished cranking the pegs up, you drive them in with your palms like that. Interlace your fingers and drive them back in. Then you start tuning. So you pluck your A string and you use the peg until you get it kind of in the ballpark with your plucking, right? Same thing with the D and the G and the E. Then you get your bow out and you use those fine tuners and you get it bang on in tune, and then you're good for another 50,000. All right? Now, for now, you're pretty close. See if you can crank that G string, but let me hear your E string first.
Oh, I now loosened all the...
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yes. I did it while you were...
Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
I just take a timeout for 5 minutes and mute myself, and I'm gonna try to get it all done.
Okay, good.
I hopefully...
That's fine. No, we'll check in on you, see how you're doing, and everybody can learn about doing that on their own, because you're all going to have to do it at some point. Like, there's no getting around it. At some point, you're going to have to redo your fine tuners, okay? So make sure you start with the A there, Katja, and go down, leave the E till the end, and we're going to check in with you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Now, while Katja's doing that, everybody, let's try this open string thing one more time with absolute perfection, and then we'll move on. Okay, here we go. Ready? And... Mine was Brillo. It was excellent. Really, really good, vibrant sound. How's everybody doing with that? Getting somewhere? That's good. Now, Catherine, you're doing the same thing to your fine tuners as Katja, is it?
Just my G was at max,
At
so
the
I
bottom.
loosened it, but now I'm getting G sharp. So
Oh, okay,
I have to
so
go down.
yeah, loosen her off a little bit there.
Yep. Almost.
Very close.
Nope.
Yeah, it's good. You're good there.
My tuner says it's still sharp, but
Can you play with your bow? Little bit sharp. Maybe say 3/4 of a turn on your fine tuner there. That's better.
I got about 5 years of turning for my fine tuner now.
That's good. There you go. See, give yourself some good distance there. That's good. Now the other thing I might the other thing I might add about tuning your violin is I saw some people doing the pluck, you know, and you can get close with the pluck. You can get really close to being in tune, but you need to put your bow on the string to really get your fiddle in tune, because the bow actually kind of puts some weight on the string and changes the intonation slightly, all right? So the pluck is good for getting in the ballpark, but then you need the bow, all right? Now, how's Katja doing there? Looks like she's getting somewhere. You getting somewhere? You getting somewhere? Yeah. You're still at it? That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So everybody else, let's do our G major scale, and then we'll talk more about tuning. I also have to rosin my bow. That's the other thing about humidity. Okay, here we go. G major, nice and easy. Ready, go. All right, arpeggio. Ready, and. Let's do that again straight away for a strengthener. Ready, and. All right. How's everybody feeling about G major today? Pretty cheerful? That's good. Let's try the G major in thirds now, okay, that we were working on before. I gotta rosin my bows. 1 sec. I gotta get a rehair. Actually, it's been about a year. And I don't feel like I need a rehair, but I actually do play quite a lot every day, so I should go down and get one. Okay. That's better. Anybody notice a difference there? You do, eh? Yeah. That's rosin for you, especially good stuff. Okay, G major in thirds. How you doing, Katya? You get her in?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay, well, why don't you play me each strip? Play the A.
Okay. So A. That's an A4, right?
Very good, yeah. Very good.
4. And now G.
Mhm.
That's a G3.
That's
right?
correct, that's correct, and you got her bang on there.
So that is bang on.
Really good, really good. Try your E.
And then the E. That's an E5, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
You did great, my God. That's extremely good. Congratulations, my
And
God.
it only took 10 minutes.
That's right. Hey, it'll take less time next time. That's really good. And now you got some tuning room on your tuners.
Yes, I do have them now.
Excellent. Very good. Very good.
Thanks.
Okay, so now we're going to do the G major in thirds. The only problem is now, Katya, you have no excuse. You have to play in tune. Ready, 2, 3, and. that pinky out. Alrighty, G major and thirds. Now, anybody having Shona, you look like you're having got a little mixed up near the end.
Doing so much better on the beginning. The way back, I just get lost.
Are you first? A couple things just to make sure you're not fighting too much. Are you
Yeah.
using your pinky to start?
Yes.
Okay. So where do you think is it near down at the bottom? Like it looked like it was down at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I kind of got the pattern in my head on the way in one direction, but in the way back, I don't. So then I don't know. I just kind of lose it somewhere, and then I have a hard time catching it.
Okay, so 9 times out of 10.
Middle.
What's that?
It's like between the A and the D, I think.
Okay, all right.
There's up there.
Now, first of all, coming down a scale is a lot harder than going up. Everybody knows that. It's a weird thing, but it is true. And coming down arpeggios is even harder. That's basically what we're doing, okay? 9 times out of 10, people skip open strings. Okay? So just make sure you're hitting that A string or that D string on the way down. That's probably what's going on.
Yeah, I think so. And then I have a hard time catching back up.
Exactly, yeah. So we're going to try it again. Don't worry. Anybody else having any trouble like that? Getting lost? How are you doing with it, Catherine? This might be kind of new to you, doing a scale in thirds.
Well, it is at a speed where I can get it.
That's perfect. Excellent. Very good. Okay, good. Well, why don't we just try it again? Give Shona a chance to get them open strings. And might go a little tiny titch faster. You won't even notice, really. Okay, one more time. Ready, 2, and here we go. One. Three. Two. One. Two. Okay, So where you got, I saw exactly where you got held up there, Shona, and it was the third finger actually. It was the third finger on the D string. I think you tried to play an open A instead. Okay? Now you managed to get back on, but I think that was your main stumbling block there, okay? Anybody else having any stumbling blocks? Pretty good? That's great. So we'll keep working on it. We'll get it faster and faster, okay, and still accurate. Now, tell me ma. Shall we work that out a little bit? I think it'd be good. See how much fun you can have when you play with singers. I don't mind it at all. You know, I don't get a chance to improvise playing Scottish and Irish music very much, but playing with singers is my chance to improvise, and it is fun. Anyway, so tell me ma. So first of all, we'll play it a few times at a moderate speed, at a chance, give everybody a chance to play it, and then we're going to see if somebody wants to play it for us. See how it's coming along. And then we're going to start up on the old Black Velvet Band. Okay? So first of all, tell me ma at a reasonable pace. Is that going to work? Do you think that tempo will work? Let's give it a go and see. 1, 2, 3, and... Bo was moving great there. How are we feeling? Everybody seeming to be able to get that tune? Oh, that's really good. Got any volunteers who wants to play it for us? See how it's coming along? I'd play it, but I already know it. All right, Catherine, let's hear it. Very, very good. Excellent. Now, how are you feeling about it first off?
Quite a few notes seemed a little flat.
You are correct. Now, it was basically one note in particular, tell you the truth. Can you figure out which one it was?
Probably the G.
You are correct. Yes. Now I'll tell you, your first couple of G's were really, really good. And all of your B's were quite good. That's the A1s there, okay? So it's this kind of thing where it's kind of like Lent. You do really good in the first couple of weeks, but then you start to backslide. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now for flatness, I always just prescribe squeeze a little harder on the fiddle for that G, okay? Just assume you're going to be flat and press a little bit harder, and you'll probably come right up bang on into tune.
Right. Well, this is not my violin
Mm-hmm.
because I'm at the cottage where
Yeah.
it's really humid. And I have now got to wear a wrist brace or not play at all.
Yes.
But I got some advice on what kind to get that will still let me use my fingers.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that pressing hard a little harder is gonna impact your left hand discomfort, or is it gonna be okay to do?
it's going to be okay. I've been working on not having a death grip on my.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good.
Oh.
Now, when I say pressing on the note, I certainly don't mean a death grip. I just mean a gentle pressure, a little bit more pressure down, and it's very small amount, you know. So remember that most of my hand is still relaxed. It's just that some fingers require a little bit more pressure. The hard thing about the third finger is if you have small hands, which I do, then I'm kind of flat-fingered when I play that note. And it's much harder to fine-tune your finger pressure on a flat finger than it is on a curved finger. See that? Because the flat finger, it's basically like trying to press a button with the end of a 2x4. It's a little unwieldy, you know? So that's why I find that a little bit more pressure usually does the job.
Right. I'll
Okay.
work on that.
No problem. That's good. That's great. Anybody else want to give it a go for us? Oh, I was going to say to you, Catherine, before I get done with you. So, other than the G, your intonation was quite good. All right? One of the reasons that we're doing this project with these simple tunes is sound production, making a good sound. Okay? Now, you're not making too bad of a sound at all. But if I were to describe how it would improve, I would definitely reduce the weight that you have on the bow. Because you know the little bit of crunch that you have along with your sound at the ends? That's because of a little too much weight.
More
That's
death grip.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And I bet you that's a good point. If you loosen up if you have a death grip, if you loosen up the right hand a bit, you'll take that weight off and it'll go much smoother. Okay? Very good though.
I'll take my Valium before the next class.
You wouldn't be the first, that's for sure. Anybody else want to play Me Tell Me Ma? All right, Julie, let's hear it.
Oh, sorry here. There we go.
Woohoo! Very good. The intonation on that was like bang on the money. Did you notice that? Did anybody else notice that? It was all your tuners were probably green. That was really good. Also, you're getting a nice sound already off of that violin. It's a very, very decent sound. The worst thing I would say about it is that it's a bit hesitant sometimes. Okay? So a failure to move.
Right, yeah, and a couple of times I know I touched like the string with my finger, like so it squeaks.
Yes.
I'm not lifting them up enough or something.
Well, oh no! Don't lift them up. I never lift them up. I only lift them up if I absolutely have to. If you're touching another string with your finger, you just lean out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're on, say you got A3 down, you're touching that E, you just kind of cup over your hand like this a little bit, get away from that E. And then if it's the other way, then you just kind of do one of those moves and roll your finger away from it. Try not to pick them up.
Okay.
Now, I didn't hear a whole lot of squeak, so it's a very small problem if it is a problem. Okay? Yeah, very, very good though. Anybody else want to give it a go?
I'll give it a try then.
All right, let's hear it, Elaine, and then Shona. Woo! Nice! Very, very good. So improvements are intonation is improved quite a lot. Most of that was nicely in tune. A few flat G's, but you know, nobody's perfect, right? The sound production has gotten a lot better, Elaine. That sounds really nice. I like that light touch. All right? Keep it up with that light touch. That's really, really good. And good rhythm too. So that's a big improvement. And you were playing it a bit faster than last time.
Yeah.
It's really good. Keep that light touch going. All right? How about you, Shona?
Okay, I still don't have it memorized. It's going to be a little bit slower. I lost my tape, so I'm...
Try not to oversell your performance before you start.
I know. I like this. We'll see how it goes. Try to be a good sport. Okay. Oops, sorry.
Oh, really good. Really good. So improvements are definitely, again, better intonation. You too. Everybody seems to be getting better with the intonation. So a few flat G's, but otherwise quite good. Your sound production is not bad. You're having a few kind of hitches.
Yeah.
And I find that it's a little bit of crescent-shaped bowing. Now, the biggest thing that I noticed is that you were reading, you had the fiddle here. This is very common. I've seen this 1,000 times. You have the fiddle here, the music here, right? Yeah. And so you're kind of going back and forth, first of all, but also you are like this too, eh? And my dad used to say when we were driving on the country road that I lived on, whenever he passed a car on the country road, right, he would get up near the hind quarters of the car and he would beep the horn a little bit, you know? And I'd always wonder why. One day I asked him why, and he said it's because when you go to pass a car, they always look at you and go like this. Right? And so that was his way of warning him. So when you look at the music, your right arm reacts too, and it can affect your bowing. See that? So it's much better to point that scroll right at the music, and then it won't be moving around. Your head won't be moving around. You can see your fingers, you can see the music, and you can just kind of streamline it all.
I noticed it too because I also got nervous. That crescent bowing was happening. When I was doing it before, it wasn't happening. So I think that's me,
Yeah, it's that. It's the... That's right. That's right. And you know, you got to be careful of that because when you look at good players, sometimes you see lots of movement, right? Like me, for instance, I'm moving all over the place, like talk to Brian, you know, whatever. But really, you want to try to keep it to a minimum as much as you can, because if you do too much moving, just imagine trying to play pool on the deck of a ship. You know what I mean? You get everything lined up just right, and then like, whoa, up the fiddle comes or whatever. So just, you know, to a minimum, okay? Otherwise, I heard big improvements with intonation, sound production. The rhythm is really good. Okay? Just that really. Very, very good, everybody. Let's try it again together, twice. Little bit quicker even. See if we can channel Heather Rankin. 1, 2, 3, and... Pretty good? We'll keep at it, okay? We'll keep at it until that. Basically, our goal with that little tune is to have absolutely perfect intonation, absolutely perfect sound, and good rhythm, you know? And it'll transfer to everything we're doing. Now, let's take another one just like that, the Black Velvet Band. Now, I put it on the YouTube channel, but I didn't send you any music yet because we're going to try to get it by ear. Because everybody knows the Black Velvet Band, right? Everybody can sing a few bars of the Black Velvet Band. And that's her, okay? Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it a little bit slower so you guys can pay attention to my fingers and what's going on. Okay, that's her, the Black Velvet Band. And we started on the D. See that? Her eyes. And there's 3 Ds for her eyes, they. Okay, and then we go up the scale from the B. See that? So her eyes, they shone like the... And then back down for diamonds. Diamonds. See that? Just a little scale. So we got 3 A3s. 1, up we go, back down. And that's the long one, right? For durs of shoulders. Okay? So let's try that together, guys. Let's see if we can put that together. 3 A3s for her eyes, they. And then we start the shine is on the A1. 1, 2, 3, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Keep going down. A, D3, back up, back to the 3, down we go. now that's the whole first phrase. That's her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. That's what we just played. Okay? And then some Irish guy shouts out, and she was! All right? So let's see how far we got with that one more time. Get your A3 ready. 3 of them. Ready, and... 1. Back down. Keep going down. Back up. 3. Now, how did everybody look like they did it? How's everybody feeling? You getting the idea? Let's do it again. A3. 3 of them. Ready, and 3, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. A, 3, A, 1, 3, 2, 1, D. All right, how are we feeling? Everybody able to play that? Yeah, nobody having any problems with that? Let's try it a few hundred times, shall we? Just to be sure, to be sure. Ready, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do it again right away. A3, ready, and. A. All right, it's looking better and better. I think maybe one more time, all right? 3 times the charm.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So when you're going, the first time you go over to the D string, you come back to the A, open A, and then what? I'm missing something.
So you scale back up to 1. So... And then right over to the 3, right down.
Okay, there's an A1 there I was missing. Okay.
That's right, an A1, and then you go directly to the G again, okay?
Okay.
Good question. All right, try one more time. Ready, and... That's looking really good. Now, a couple of people, I can't see your fingers. So, Catherine, are you getting it? Good. Heather, are you getting it? No? Okay.
It's coming. It's coming. I just, you know what I need to do? Just listen to it again, and then play it, rather than trying to play while I'm listening.
Well, why don't we do that? That's called I Go, You Go, and it's a new Zoom teaching method. I don't know if you knew that. But it is a really good way to get it across. So why don't we do that? So, I mean, you can play along with me if you want. It doesn't really matter. But I will play the phrase, and then you guys play the phrase. I will play it again, and you guys play it again. Okay? And you can do all 4, too, if you want. Ready, and... Okay, give it a try. Yes! That was it. Let's do it again, just like that. Ready, and... All right, your turn. Yes! I read everybody's fingers and you did great. Very good. Now let's try it together a little faster, okay? And then we'll move on to the next phrase. Ready, and... Oh yeah, looking good. Is it feeling better, Heather? Good, that's great. It looks good. Your fingers look good. Okay, so the next part. And her hair hang over her shoulders. Okay, so we start, and her hair is 3, 2, 1 on the A string. And there's 2 ones. Okay, because it fell. Hair fell. And then we go to the D string, up we go. Okay, that's the over her shoulders. Okay, so let's try and her hair. So that's A3, down we go. Ready, and 2, 1, 1, D, 1, 2, 3, A1. Okay, that's how we do it. Let's do it again. From the A3. 3, 2, 1. Ready, and 3, 2, 1, 1, D, 1, 2, 3, A1. Okay, we getting that? It looks really good. Let's do one more time. Okay, ready, and 3, 2, 1, 1, D, 1, 2, 3, A1. Another one. Now we're gonna go A up the scale, tied up. See that? Up with so, and then the D2, and then the big finished. So that whole ending phrase is tied up with a black velvet band. So it starts with an A1. Get your A1 ready there, guys, and then it's going to be open A up the scale. So we got A1. 1, A1, 2, D2, 3, A, and the great big long 3. Okay, let's try that again. Get your A1 ready, and it's going to be an up bow, just to let you know. A1, ready, and 1, A1, 2, D2, 3, A, long 3. One more time, I'm not going to say the numbers so much. A1, ready, and D2. And that's her. That's Black Velvet Band. Okay, so we got this first phrase. Then this phrase. And then this one. we just learned. Everybody looks kind of a little bit bewildered. I know, it's hard to believe, but you just did learn all that music, okay? So let's start off with the first phrase, which is the two long A3s. Okay? Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. A, D3, A, 1, D3, 2, 1, D. A3 next. 3, 2, 1. 1, D. 1, 2, 3. A, 1. 1, A, 1, 2, D2, 3, A, 3. Oh man. Now that didn't look horrible at all. That looked like it went pretty okay. Anybody feel desperate that they can't get through it? Like total loss, like can't do it.
Yeah, and what was the very last note?
D3, a G.
A G, okay.
Now this tune is in the key of G. And 9 times out of 10, you know, Elaine, what's the last note of the key if you're in G? G. Almost always. You know, you can always... And so when I'm playing songs with singers downtown and I don't know them, which happens quite a lot, I've never heard the song before, that's why I always ask the guy the key, because then at least I can know the ending. I know what it's going to... Because they always resolve, those simple bar tunes always end on the note of the key. See what I mean? So you don't have to guess. Take some guesswork out of it. But it's a G. A D3. Shall we try it again? I'd say. One, two, three, 1, 2. Survivors? Pretty good? Let's do it again right away. Ready and... A3. A3. All right, looking pretty good, looking pretty good. How are we feeling? Is there anybody having problems with the Black Velvet Band? No?
I am. Can
You
you
are?
remind me? So at the beginning, I'll just save the second part there. Can you I know we go. Can you just remind me what it is? Not the very end. Beginning.
Oh yeah. So A3, 3, 2, 1.
1, yeah.
2 of the ones. So 3, 2, 1, 1. And then D string up the scale.
Okay, that's part of this. Okay.
Yes, that's over her shoulder. Right? That's what that part is there.
I have another question that might be annoying, I'm not sure. But on the video, because I was watching it with Lena yesterday, it seems like when you, at the very beginning, it's like you're almost doing a hammer-on.
It's called a single cut. And it's where it's a Celtic ornament. It's one we do in Cape Breton and also in Ireland. And it's where you just bring the finger note down and you let it bounce. See that? That's basically what it sounds like there. That's it. I usually do it from the note below. And I didn't mean to do that on the video. I'm sorry about that. But we'll get there. We'll get on to learning how to do those. They're a really nice, handy little ornament that makes you sound fiddly almost right away.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
It's all right. Good question though. Anybody else having any problems? Any need clarification or? How about you, Deborah? I haven't heard from you for a while. Oh, you're frozen. I think that's why. I think she's frozen. Anybody else having any problems? No? Just a few hundred times? Let's do it.
Dan, is the A2 closed or open? Because I'm just not sounding right.
It's a closed one, Heather. Good question. Yeah, because we're in the key of G. So that means a C natural. That's a closed 2. Very good question. And I think that's going to serve you well. It would sound weird if it was the C sharp.
It's sounding weird.
Anybody else? How are you doing, Deborah? We lost you for a second there. Are you doing okay? Okay, good. Okay, so let's do it again there, guys. Let's do it a few hundred times and get her happening, eh? Have a little drink of water here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. right. How's everybody feeling now? We did that 4 times. That's good. Anybody having any problems still, or is it starting to work? It's great. That's great. Is there any brave soul that wants to give it a go for us so I can hear it? No? Oh, come on. Anyone? Anyone? Julie's going to do it. I can tell. She's got the unmuting hand going there. And then Deborah's going to do it after that. Really good, Julie. Really good. I like your wiggle at the end on the G there. That's nice. That's nice.
I wasn't sure I was quite in tune.
Well, that's how I deal with it. But your intonation, yeah, good. Your intonation's really, really good. It's it's to the point where you should think about your sound production more.
Okay.
Because it's much more reliable, you know? Like, let's think about that sound. You're getting a good sound, but a little bit of attention, I bet you'd be more than happy with your sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, really good. How about you, Deborah? Want to try it? Oh, she froze it again. That's that East Coast internet. I know my family complains about it. Oh, hi, Deborah.
Yeah, I have really bad problems with the connection tonight.
Yeah, you don't have you don't have to try it if you don't want. The connection's bad, but you could try. Give it a go.
Yeah, sure.
Really good. Really, really good. How did you feel about it?
Lots of room for improvement.
Well, if I were to talk about how it could improve, a little bit sharp, creeping a little bit up towards the sharp a couple times, right?
Yeah.
But you brought it back down. See, that's why I don't, when I hear people do that, when I hear them creep at a tune and then come back in, I don't even mention it because I know that you're hearing and you're reacting and you're responding, and that's the important thing. So that's really good. Keep doing that, all right? Your sound production, I like your rhythm that you have on there. It's really good. Your sound production, it sounds to me like you could just use more bow. Seems like your touch is okay, but it's a little hesitant to move, And that also comes with being more familiar with the tune and stuff like that. But really, really good job, okay? Is there anybody else wants to give it a go before we try it together one more time and then work on the high road to Linton? Heather says that it's better. And take your word for it, Heather. That's great. Good to hear. Very, very good. So anybody else before we try it again? All right, let's give it a go. So let's go fairly lively this time. Somewhere about there, see what happens, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do it again. time. Okay. How's everybody feeling there now? All right. We'll keep practicing it. All right. And we'll look at it again next time. And remember, we're doing this to get the timing good, the intonation good, and the sound good. Okay. Now, and the next thing I was thinking there while we were playing, the next simple tune that we should kind of do this with in a couple of weeks' time or whatever, I was thinking at first there, another Irish one, that Star of the County Down. Because it's, you know, everybody knows that, right? It's got a B part. Anyway, it's a great one. It's in a minor key, which is a really, really good thing to practice as well, because it changes your ear slightly when you do it in a minor key. And it's a very familiar one. I often tell the story about how it saved me in my ear training exam, final exam, because the tune that the professor asked me to sight sing, I could, after about 2 bars, I realized that it was just the Star of the County Down. And so I just sang Star of the County Down, and I got a 90. Still grateful to that tune. But anyway, I was thinking, you know, it's a little bit over representation of the Irish. So what about Scotland the Brave? Okay? I think that'd be a great one to start trying to do. Everybody knows it. Okay? And that's in the key of A. So it's a little bit different. We've been doing all G, so this would be a little different challenge, okay? Now you don't need to kind of go at that. I'll put it on the YouTube channel when we're done here. But we'll keep working on Tell Me Ma and Black Velvet Band next week. You know, we'll keep working on that, and we'll try Scotland the Brave. Will be the next one on the chopping block when we get there, okay? But I don't want to rush this, because the point is not to learn a whole bunch of little tunes. It's to get each one really strong, you know? I want to get these little tunes to the point where if somebody asks you to play a tune on the fiddle in public at a party, you would feel okay about playing one of these tunes. See what I mean? That's what I want to do, okay? Now, the next thing we'll do is work on High Road to Linton. Okay, because we learned it last week. So why don't you pull out High Road to Linton? Did we learn it? We did. Oh, good. Okay. 2 parts. 2 parts. Okay.
Yeah, just 2 parts, man.
Right on. So pull that out. I got to run to the bathroom quick, and then we'll review the first 2 parts, and we'll take a look at the last 2. All right. So let's start off by practicing the first two parts a couple of times nice and slow. All right? Okay. Ready, 2, 3, and. Looking good, looking good. Anybody having any problems? Questions, queries, concerns, complaints? No? That's great. Okay, so the third and fourth part. Let me play the third part for you. That's the third part. They call it the syncopated part. It has a slight syncopation, and that's why, okay? The main thing about it is the rhythm. Long, long, short, short, long. Short, 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 short. Long, long, short, 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 long, long. If you get those right, then you do syncopation by default. Okay? You just got to get the long ones right and the short ones right. Now, let's take a look at the first phrase. Long, long, short, 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 long. Okay, 3, 3, open, 1, 3. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, go. 3, 3, open, 1, 3. Okay, that's looking good. Let's do it again. I won't say the numbers this time. Ready, go. Good. One more time to be sure. Ready, go. Now, the next two notes we're going to do in an up bow. And it's an open and a 1. See that? Okay. And then it's 3, open, 1, 3, open, 1. So it sounds like this. I'm going to do that again. Let's see if we can get that. Okay, open, 1, 3. And the first two notes I do in an up bow. And then a down. Ready, slow. Open, 1, 3, open, 1, 3, open, 1. Okay? Yeah, that looks good. Let's do it again. Ready, and. Yeah. Good. Now, let's see if we can put those two things together. I'm going to play it for you first. Let's do it. 3, 3, open 1, 3. Slowly. Ready, and 3, 3, open 1, 3, open 1, 3, open 1, 3, open 1. Looking good, looking good. See how it leaves you hanging? And the next thing we're going to do is 2 more long E3s. Okay, let's try it again. Same thing, let's try it again. Ready, slow. 3, 3, open 1, 3, open 1, 3, open 1, 3, open 1, 3, 3, open 1, 3, open 1, 3, open A2, long 1, long A. And you see how that ends up. See, it's the same phrase again, basically. It just ends a little earlier, and in virtue of doing that, you get this syncopation when you do the whole part. How did everybody hang in there till the end? I was looking at fingers, and it looked quite good. Yeah, pretty good? Let's do it again. Let's go right from one end to the other. We're only using... Yes?
Hey, Dan, is the second bar, is that the syncopated part?
Basically, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because when I used to play the guitar with the fiddle group,
yeah,
we just played da da, and then the fiddlers, and that's the only time in the song, they did that on their own.
That's a good
and
idea.
Then we didn't do anything anymore till da da again,
Yep.
and then they did the rest. Is that because of the syncopation?
Yes, yes, and you guys had a great idea. Whoever had that idea, it's great, because the fact that you guys belted out those long notes made the syncopation seem even more syncopated.
That was James.
Yeah, and it's not the first time that's been done with this tune, that's for sure. It's a very common way to back this tune. So that's a really good point there, Bill. So everybody can think about that, all right? Those long notes would be getting the big kind of emphasis, and that makes everything else come out syncopated, okay? Now, let's see if we can get from one end to the other, okay? We're only using opens, 1s, and 3s. I think there's a 2. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and... Success, I think. Seemed pretty successful. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go! Again. How's everybody feeling there? You getting her? Great. Very good. Last part. Very easy. Not that hard at all. We got the long 2, E, 2, scale up. See that? 1 scale up. Then the first one again. scale up all the way up. And that's how that works. See, very simple. So let's get the first phrase. 2, E2, up the scale back to 3. Ready? And 2, E2, 3, E1, A3, 2. E2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. E2, A3, right up we go. 3, 1, E, A2, A1, A. Let's do it again. A2, E, A2, up we go. Back to 3, 2, E, 2, 1, up we go. 1, 2, E, 2, A3, up we go all the way up. 3, 1, E, 2, 1, A. How we doing? Do you understand how that part works? Very simple melodic idea, but people have liked it for hundreds of years. Okay? Let's do it again. Let's see. I'll see if we can do it without me calling out the numbers. Ready, 2, 3, and. Again. Looking good, everybody. That's really, really good. Now, what are the chances that if we go at that nice, relaxed pace, we could get from one end of the tune to the other? Do you think we can? Oh, that's great. Enthusiastic nodding. I love that. It's a new Zoom response. You know what I mean? So let's do it. Let's start at the top of the tune and go right through to the end. Keep your helmet on and your gun up, and we'll see if you can get a few of the Germans before we're all dead. 1, 2, 3, and. Repeat. Well, that looked pretty successful there, guys. And I've worked you hard tonight, so I think we'll leave it there. You know, it's funny, I was teaching this girl today. Her mom is Sylvia's Irish dancing instructor. And she's a wicked dancer. She was one of the leads in Lord of the Dance. And but anyway, I was teaching her daughter Annabelle, who is the same age as my boy. And we got near the end of it, and I said, "Do you need a little breather there, Annabelle? Is your arm getting tired?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, 11. Yeah, my arm didn't get tired when I was 11 either. Anyway, there you go. So now we got the Black Velvet Band to work on for sound, intonation, and rhythm. And we got the rest of the High Road to Linton, okay? So we'll work on the whole High Road to Linton more next week, and we'll put together the set. Now, the set is on YouTube, played nice and slow, the whole set. And so if you wanted to try going along with that, that would be a good way to prepare. Otherwise, we'll tuck into it there next week, okay? And yeah, if you can't find a video on YouTube, just send me the title and I will send you the link. Okay? Any questions
Really
or
quick,
anything?
Dan, what's the order?
Sorry? Oh, yeah. So we got Hector the Hero, The Rowan Tree, Hawk Hey Johnny Lad, The High Road to Linton. Okay? Doing a big, giant A major set of Scottish music. You'll all be plaid by the time it's done. Thistle sticking into your head or something like that. Okay? Anything else? Any other questions or comments or anything like that? Okay, so we'll see you next Tuesday, and thanks a million, everybody. Oh, if you need, whoever's getting the new string, oh, she's gone. But if you have string problems, don't hesitate to drop me a line, okay? I love to help with that kind of stuff, all right? See you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Night, Dan.
Nighty
Thanks,
night.
Dan.
Thank you.